Basketball fans, welcome back. So, in the previous videos, we've talked about Team Kenya, the men. They matched up against Qatar. They matched up against Israel, and also in the previous videos I made on the women's team, we saw the women's team get destroyed by the Netherlands team. I covered that in the previous video, and in also another video covered Kenya versus China, the women, about 2 days ago. So in this video, we'll be looking at Kenya versus Austria. This is a game that Kenya won, and they won by double digits, 21-9. Austria just didn't have it in this game at all, and we were able to go in there and just grab our first win. And we had just very good moments in there in this game. We had our ladies, Mary Lisa, Marianne, Medina, and Barbara. They just notched history as the first team this year in Kenya to win in the FIBA 3x3 World Cup. Our men's team, they didn't win on the court, they only won out of a technicality. The women's team, they just did their thing and they were able to do that. They have made significant, strides, especially in winning games, and they have been one of, if not the reason as to why I watch the 3x3 games, especially with that lineup of Marianne, Mary Lisa, and Medina. They have been awesome. They have been sensational. I have watched them when they've played in the FIBA Nations League, and right now they're going to match up against Austria. I've never seen them match up against a team that is outside the continent like that. Even like China versus the Netherlands, this is just a new experience because majority of our 3x3s, we have seen them match up against teams in the same continent, and this in Africa. So this win just hit different because when they won up with they were winning games against teams in Africa, it was just great. But winning against a team that is not within our continent and they're on the other side, it was great. It was such a great feeling, and I was waiting on who was going to win first, and the women never disappointed, even with the loss against Team USA, which we're going to look at in the next video I'm going to make. It was despite that loss, I just saw some flashes of greatness, and they're just destined to do great things. So yeah, first possession of the ball game, we have the ball going in, and you have Medina just doing her thing there, Mary Lisa, and I'm not sure I didn't start Marianne, but Barbara, she checked in, and Marianne just gonna come off the bench in this one, and that was actually a foul, but I'm not sure like whose foul it was on. But really scared me because if it was like a foul, it will not be a good thing, especially when you foul early in the ball game like that. So I'm so happy it wasn't like recorded as a foul, and I was watching it live. And that was a nice interception by Medina, and Mary Lisa goes out for the three. She misses it, and that was actually a nice save from Barbara, but the ball was just too hot and Medina was not able to get it. And man, we needed to take care of the ball and be able to go up in them points, but we did. And you could see Austria just going in there and nice layup, just kind of just walk through us. Like Medina, sometimes I just ask myself why is it that she's not quick on her feet like that? I would have expected her to be able to at least alter those shots, not even blocking them per se, but at least alter them. I know she can block, but just alter those shots. Because see, Mary Lisa goes in, makes that nice mid-ranger to tie the game, one apiece. Austria going in there with that nice. They make those layups look so easy, and it's Medina just getting scored on, and Medina just bites, and Austria just go in and just score it. And one thing that, even despite us just winning this ball game, this was actually quite concerning because you expect Medina to be that rim protector, and being that center that can be able to alter shots. But you can see she's just biting at every turn. Although she's able to like score on offense, she's allowing more points than she's scoring. So that's one thing that is really hurting us. But you can see Mary Lisa tries to, get up a layup of her own, and she scores it. And Austria have possession. And there was just somewhat of some miscommunication from the Austria side, and this is something that I just saw just made them go downhill, because you can see they're taking too much time overthinking them plays. And Kenya, we're just waiting for them to continue making those poor bad plays, and we'll just be able to like take care of them easily and just get them out of there. And that's what we did. But our defense sometimes is just questionable, even despite like us winning games. Sometimes our defense not the greatest, at all. I was just waiting to see like one of our players just go off at this point, because somewhat they just look so undersized. When I look at like their guards, they just give me flashbacks of like when Team Kenya matched up against Morocco in the Nations League. They just looked the same, just played the same. Mary Lisa goes out from deep. She didn't make it and just rims out. And Austria just have it, and they just look slow. Like, look at how they're moving with it. And they're not like, and the way they're handling their possessions. That was a good pick and roll. There's a good pick and roll there. I think I went back a bit, but let's check this out. Number 3 goes in there, and she's not able to gather the ball, and it just results in a turnover. And they had just more of those plays, and that's a foul call there on Austria. Barbara just got pushed, and it just looks like a frustration play, because they're just wondering like, why is that they just cannot be able to like take care of the basketball and play well. And this was funny. Number 10 just got dropped easily. She wasn't able to stay on her feet and she got dropped like that. If you just show when it would just be awesome. And we still have possession, and that's a missed layup, but it's all good, because they missed that shot, and Kenya still has the ball, and you just throw the ball away. And this is somewhat just shocking. Look at how like we're not taking care of the basketball. Even despite the win, you could just see us not taking care of the ball really can cost us in the end. And sometimes you just ask yourself like, why is it that we can't take care of it? And Medina checks out and Marianne checks in. Even the easiest shots, they couldn't make them. Number 4, she tries to get in and recover it, and they still miss it. And the funny thing is, still we didn't even get that rebound, even despite like them like having all those mistakes. Even capitalizing on those mistakes was a challenge, especially starting off the game. But at least we were able to pick up the slack when the game progressed. Medina tries her footwork, which is just awkward, and she scores it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But when her footwork works, it's just a plus for the team. And one thing that is concerning is when it doesn't work, she just uses the same move. Like the same move, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And she's not able to be able to switch it up a bit during the game. So even same case as Marianne, because I've seen a lot of times like they have the same go-to move every single possession. And know she's going to turn left, a couple of possessions. You're gonna turn right. She doesn't change it up a bit, and you can see those are quick possessions. Kenya scores it. You can see Mary Lisa hit that shot from way outside, and from this point when I saw those types of shots going in, there was no way we were going to miss. There was no way we were going to be able to, like, lose this ball game when a shot like that goes in. Austria tried their hand on 3-point territory. They miss. Kenya still has the ball. Marianne, she's walking inside. She misses it. But you still expect us to be able to play. We still expect for us to be able to, like, take care of the basketball and also play like that. So timeout call, and it's a couple of possessions in the game, and you could see Austria just don't have it in them. Just didn't have it in this game, and see the ball just getting tipped there. This number 10 getting dropped. We had Mary Lisa just scoring inside in mid-range, and also that shot from downtown. And at that point, I just knew it's just a game over. And Austria were just fouling. They fouled actually more than us. And Marianne was not missing those free throws. And Austria, they have possession, but you can see how stagnant their offense is. Nobody's moving. They're just playing some ISO ball, and rebounding was easy because with all their perimeter players and all their players just being undersized, it was just easy money for Medina because no player was able to, like, she was just using her size, using her length. Like, you can see that turnover, she just used her length, and nobody was able to, like, stop her easily. I mean, nobody. Like, it was just easy, and just like that, we're up 5 points. Kenya still has possession of the ball. That deflection, sometimes we just telegraphed our passes. We need to disguise our passes more, but that ball just got deflected. Austria have possession of it, and just walking inside number 3. Then number 10 goes in, misses it, and out of bounds, but we were still going to retain possession of the basketball. So this game, visibly, we were just going to win it, no doubt. There was no way you're gonna miss that ball game like that, and the way that we came out was great. You see Medina, she tries her footwork in there, but it just wasn't good enough. Just wasn't good. It wasn't good there. Austria still trying to get up on the scoreboard, but just so slow in there. Number 10 tries the fake, she misses it, and the shots were just clanking. Like, all of them just missed. Mary Lisa, she has the ball in there. Medina just goes in. The ball just hit the side of the backboard, and she missed it. And at this point, when I was watching the game, I wouldn't even feel bad for anyone just feeling frustrated on how we are playing. And it was actually very difficult to even predict, like, the outcome of this game based on how we were playing. But all in all, it just ended very well. And Austria just grabbing the ball, and one thing that I'm just asking myself is, why is it that you can't be able to, like, grab those rebounds, or those loose balls, or those, like, balls that just going, like, out of bounds? Try to grab them and try to convert them to something. So some of the things that we were getting away with in this game, we just got exposed, especially in that Team USA game, which I'm going to cover in that video. And you can see us turning over the ball. Turned over the ball there, and Medina, she's not even moving her feet, and that ball was just too high coming from Mary Lisa. Man, sometimes you just ask yourself, like, why is it you can't take care of it? Why is that you can't take care of that basketball? We need to find a way to be able to like score them points. And Austria tried some good moves in there, but they were not able to score in there. And Medina, you could see she just spun around and just scored it, taking up the lead. Kenya up 6, and she had the chance to make it a 3-point play, a 2-point play to be able, and she went to the line. And at this point, she was not missing it. Kenya up 7 at this point. But one thing that I saw from Austria was they were not picking up their shots pretty well. You could see like they were just spacing the floor, but there was no heat. There was no heat check from coming from those players when they were playing. Like you don't even know like who shoots better from what point, and they were just throwing the ball at this point. And Team Kenya were just pretty good. We didn't foul as much, and we were just scoring the ball easily. And the lead just kept ballooning at this point, and there was no stopping it. And the turnovers that they had, really, we really capitalized on them. We also had similar turnovers, but still, giving the ball to Medina was just the game plan. Possession by possession, that was the thing that we did. But one thing that I saw funny was even with Team Kenya just feeding Medina the ball, her defense was not the greatest. Sometimes the way she's moving her feet and the way she's backing up them players, and some shots that she needed to alter, she's not doing that. You can't rely on her as a defensive player. But when you look at her offense, given like her not so good footwork, she's able to like score them points on a team that has poor defense. But matching up against a good team that has figured out how she's playing players possession by possession, it's difficult. She has a difficult game, and she's really struggling. She really struggles in those games. But I was excited. I was excited when the balls were going in. And this was just a difficult game. You can even tell from like those angles that FIBA are just putting, the FIBA 3x3 were just putting on there. That's Marianne. The game kind of like the game was out of Austria's reach, but you could see like there was a lot of determination to like get back on them points, especially on Team Kenya's side. And one free throw coming up, Barbara is going to serve that free throw, and she makes it. Those free throws just putting us up on them points and up leading, and we were up by double digits at this point. Not even double digits, like still single digits. They will end up double digits when the game ended, because right now we're just up huge and not good defense. So you would expect Medina to like switch there, but you can see how she's moving her feet, not the greatest. And it's like she quits on the play. Like she just gives up on the play, and she just lets the other player just score it. And you can see Barbara, she goes in and she scores it. This is actually pretty good, but Austria still had like a huge deficit. They started off well, but they were not able to like score consistently, and this really hurt them a lot. Here you have Medina, then Barbara goes up from deep and she scores it. At this point it was just game over. Austria just recovered the ball. The ball is just out of bounds. So with those shots, with those types of shots going in, Kenya were just going just on the they were just on like the victory lap there, and there was no way they were going to drop the game like that. Marianne tries that shot, she misses it, but Kenya will still recover the ball. Medina, man, it's funny, but look at that defense. Somewhere I just feel like we don't. Medina doesn't know what she has to do on defense, and this can really cost the team. That shot from Mary Lisa, no good. Medina's rebound, and she scores it. Sometimes I look at it, the players just look so tired. That's a nice cross. That was a nice cross in there. And number 4 just cross it. No, just gives out the ball. Number 2, she goes in, and she just got bumped. And Austria have the ball. But at this point, the game is just out of their reach. They try the 3, it goes in after a very long scoring drought. They're not able to score, and Medina just cleans it up. 18 points. At this point, I just knew it's just game over. It was game over even when we hit the double-digit mark. Number 10, she goes in, she misses that layup, and Medina, just give the ball to Medina, and she just walks inside, and she misses it, and she's gone, and she went to the line. So it was just easy money, because she was not gonna miss those free throws. And one thing that I saw from even the Nations League was Team Kenya just not paying attention at the free throw line and missing. When you're being sent to the line for 2 free throws, you just miss them, and you're not even paying attention to them. That's one thing that really hurt us a lot. You can see Medina, she recovers it from Marianne's missed 3, and they only needed 1 point to just finish the ball game. Austria just trying to fight, and you could just see how lackadaisical we were. It's like we were tired. Look at that shot, it missed. Number 4 tried, then you could see this ball was supposed to be either Marianne's or Barbara's ball, but none of them were quick enough to get that ball, and you could just had the sense that they just got tired. And Austria with that quick 2-pointer, and you just threw the ball away. But at this point, only 49 seconds left in the game. There was not much to salvage, especially from Austria's side, because they only had needed 1 point to be able to win the game, of which we did. And from that miss, Mary Lisa, she had the ball inside, just trying to find Medina, and Medina just finished it. And that was the first win. That was the first win Team Kenya had on the court, and this was especially coming off all the 2 back-to-back games that we really suffered, especially with teams that can score the 3 ball. I can say this win we just got lucky that Austria were just missing their shots. We just got lucky that they didn't have good 3-point shooters, because when we matched up against the Netherlands, China, and Team USA, which I'm going to cover next, because they really destroyed us, especially when it came to the 3-pointers, the 2-pointers. They were able to knock down their long-range shots with a quick efficiency. Even I saw this thing even on the men's teams, and we really did know how to stop that. And man, it was just great. It was just quite interesting to see how we are able to match up with teams that are outside our continent, not only outside our borders, but outside our continent. And looking at the way we just looked, I can say still there's so much that needs to be worked on, especially in our half court. Our half court offense still needs a lot of work because domestically these players will dominate in Kenya. It's a given. But when it comes to like such stages, this is when you just get the real test and you cannot cheat the game. And those bad habits or good habits that you develop, especially when you're playing in the domestic leagues, you just get carried on, and how you respond to other elite players that you play with, that is one thing that you will come up and see it. So man, it's been fun. I've liked this, and I'm going to come up with another video, couple of couple of videos talking about like Kenya versus Team USA and Kenya versus Germany. For with the women, it's Team USA, the last game that they played, and for the men, it's Team Germany, the last game that they played. So yeah, man. If you guys like the video, make sure to leave your feedback down in the comments on what you think, because I just see a lot of things, and maybe I've not seen something. Maybe you can just hit me up and tell me what I missed. But I will do my best to like give you the whole coverage of everything that I've seen. And follow me also on my socials. Follow me on Instagram, NBA Kenya. Follow me on Twitter and Ball, and also follow me on my weak Instagram account at Nderitu underscore. You will reach me there, and also feel free to shoot me a DM, and also subscribe to the channel, hit the bell because it helps me out a ton. So I'm out. Peace.